everyone. Sonia here with Pouring with Sonia. You're watching Pouring with Sonia. And I thought I'd show you what I do. I'm sure there's lots of different ideas, but how I take a picture that I'm ready to deliver to someone, or I just want to sell or display, and how I finish the back. And so I thought I'd go through that process. I thought it might be helpful for you to know. This one's ready to go. So I applied the resin maybe last weekend, so a week ago. Let that fully cure, and then I sanded down the drips off the back. I used to really make a point of covering the backs and taping them off, and I just thought that I don't prefer to do that. I know that's maybe a little lazy, but I would rather just paint and resin and let it drip off and then just sand down the drips and cover the backs. So if you don't take care to cover them, and so they look kind of messy on the back, I'll show you how messy this one looks. You can cover up the transgressions of your upfront lack of preparedness by just covering it. So I'll show you the steps that I take to do that, and I will also provide links in Amazon of where you can buy the supplies. So what I'm going to do today is this little polar bear painting that I did. And you can see that I indeed did not tape it off, this little wooden panel board. It's, quite messy looking, and I wouldn't really want to deliver that to some, although no one's going to be looking at that part. They're just going to be hanging it on the wall. No one's going to see it. But if I just want to have a nice finished back, that's what I'm going to do, finish it off. So what you need for my process anyways is some of the craft paper, which again, I'll give the links for all of this stuff. And then you need like a double stick tape, which I have here. I prefer to use an actual tool. It's a dust cover trimmer. You don't have to have that. But for me, it helps me get that nice kind of uniform. It creates this border that's pretty much the same size. And I like that. It just makes it a little easier. But you don't need that by any means. You could use a straight razor. You could use whatever you wanted. But I use this little dust cover trimmer. And there's a razor blade right in here, which I haven't stored in closed position. You'll need some scissors. You'll also need a spray bottle with water in it. And then to finish it, I have my little picture hanger here with my little screwdriver. So let's get started. I cut off a portion of the craft paper, and now I'm just going to get it, I kind of lay this down and just get it kind of close. Okay, done with my scissors, done with that little bit of craft paper, put them out of the way. I usually get a towel or something soft to put it on, my painting on, especially if I've got resin on it and I don't want it to get scratched up or anything. So, actually, I think what I will do, I just sanded this and I want to make sure it's clean. And I can't remember if I've got a little bit of alcohol here, 70% alcohol, and a little paper towel. And I'm just going to wipe off any dust. I think I already did this, but since I can't remember, I'm just wiping it off now. That only takes a second to dry because it's alcohol. It dries so fast. Okay, now for the double stick tape. I know this might be kind of boring and tedious and long, but if you don't know how to do it, this is kind of useful. Now, the dust cover trimmer is going to go out to the very edge, like maybe a 1/4 inch in. So I'm going to lay this tape. This side's sticky. This side has a protective. I can touch this side right now until I move it off. So I'm going to put it just in where I think that trimmer, the dust cover trimmer, is going to be. And I'm going to press that down. Oh, I'm not done with the scissors actually, because I'm going to snip that. Press it down nice and firm. The same thing here. Put it along there. snip it off. Make sure it's down really good. Put it along here. Snip it off. One more to go. This doesn't really take that long to do. And put it down here. Okay. Now I'm done with the double adhesive. And I put this little protective non-stick coating back around it. And save it for the next time I'm ready to use it. So now you just want to keep that little protective coating that you can put back on around it. Otherwise it'll get all sticky, hairs, lint, and everything will get in it. So I'll put that aside. Now I have this with my little double stick tape, and now I'm going to peel off. Oops, I don't think I need my gloves. I think I can do this better without my gloves. I'm just so used to working in gloves, with my gloves. And I was sanding a little bit earlier, and I didn't want to have a whoops moment and sand my finger. You just got to kind of get that corner up. Of course, it's going to give me trouble. There we go. So I'm taking off this, and it's just leaving the film of tape down there. Okay, so I need to do that for all 4 sides. I know it's not very exciting watching this, but if you don't know how to do this, this is hopefully useful information to you. Okay, 3 sides done. 1 more to go. This is the side that was giving me trouble to start. Maybe I can get it. There we go. Okay, so now this is sticky as well. And so now I don't want to touch it until I'm ready. Here's the piece of paper that I cut out before. So what I'm going to do is just lay it down, and I'm going to just lay this down on top of it. And press down. And now I can flip it over and really press it on really well. Okay. Now I can just go in, trim a little excess off if I want, or I can use my little dust cover trimmer. So right now I've got it in safe mode where the blade is not exposed. I'm gonna slide that, and now you can see I've got a little razor blade in there. So I'm gonna tighten it up. And so what it's gonna do, what this little ledge does here is you put that on the edge of the frame and then kind of tilt down a little, and it'll slice it for you. So you wanna have it not a huge piece, not like that big, but you can have a little bit of overhang like this. So I'm basically just going to come right here. I'm going to find the edge here, tilt a little, and pull it off. And that's why I want to put the tape in, not all the way out to the edge, because if I've done this before where I put the tape all the way out to the edge and then I'm cutting through the adhesive, and that's not ideal. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this one and just kind of put it right here. Snug up to the edge, tilt it a little. Like that. Okay, find the edge, tilt it a little. Okay, 1 more to go. You can see this goes pretty fast. And here it is. Snug up against the edge, tilt it a little. And there it is. Now, to get this nice and tight, I know I was a little freaked out. It doesn't seem like it would make sense, but you just take a little bit of water and mist it on. And what that does, it'll dry within like probably 10-15 minutes. And that's going to take it from being a little bit, you can see, here I'll bring it up for you, how it's a little bit, it's not real tight, okay? But after that dries, it shrinks a little and becomes like this, real tight. Okay, and so rather than have you just sit around and listen to me talking, just trust me that even though it doesn't seem like, oh my gosh, that's too wet. I mean, look, that's pretty wet. It's pretty wet. That's okay. It's going to dry up pretty fast. This one was that wet and it dried up in like 15 minutes to this. But so then rather than have you sit around and wait for that to dry, what you're going to do once it is dry is just, obviously check your orientation. Just get a little picture hanger. Mine have screws. I used to have ones that had nails. They're probably a little bit easier. But then you're just going to put that in the middle. You measure out the middle, where the middle is, and then kind of put that in there and put it in, and voila, you're ready to go. So I hope that has proven a little helpful to you. It's just a nice way where you saw before I had that kind of messy back. This just covers a multitude of sins, and you can deliver a nice finished product. And look, you're going to think, no, I shouldn't have wet it that much. It really is going to be okay. So don't panic. If you put water on it, you're like, why did she tell me to put water on it? It's really going to shrink up and make it tight. So just trust me. And yeah, then you get a nice little picture. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. If so, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will try and teach you my little tips and tricks, and we will learn together, because I'm still learning all the time. Pretty new to this since I started in March of last year, 2019. So I've got a lot to learn, but I'm having fun, and I learned so much on the internet watching YouTube videos that I just thought it'd be great for others to be able to watch me and learn. So that's my goal and my hope for you as you watch this today. All right, thanks, and have fun painting, everyone. Bye for now.